Hello, it's Dr. Obidi here, creator of the Confident New Mom course and a board certified pediatrician for over 17 years. And I would love to share with you a question I get from my new moms all the time, and that is how to care for their baby's umbilical cord area, or the umbilical stump as it's called. So when your baby is delivered, the cord is cut, and the little bit of cord that is left attached to your baby is called the umbilical stump. Now, how do you care for the umbilical stump? Well, it has evolved over the years. Years and years ago, it used to be cared for by applying Junction Violet to the area, and Junction Violet was a purplish dye that also had some mild antibacterial properties, and so that was used to care for the stump area. Then that evolved into recommending using alcohol to clean the area regularly. But studies showed years ago that it really doesn't matter how you care for the umbilical stump. As long as you keep it dry and clean, it tends to heal very well. And so that's the current recommendation. So just keep the umbilical stump dry and clean. And so if you're wondering how to care for it, very simple. Keep it dry and keep it clean. Now, a few things you can do to encourage that. One is when you put your diaper on your baby, to fold the diaper down a little bit so the umbilical stump is exposed and can keep dry. And again, which encourages it to eventually fall off. The other thing you can do is to give your baby a sponge bath, and not to submerge your baby in water to bathe them until the stump has fallen off and the area is dry. Again, all this encourage keeping that area dry and keeping it clean so the stump can fall off as soon as possible. The umbilical stump typically will fall off within 1 to 2 weeks. Now, if it's gone 3 weeks or more and hasn't fallen off, you should let your pediatrician know, because it might be an issue that needs to be addressed. All right. Now, how do you know if there's an issue with the umbilical stump area, such as an infection, for instance? So if there is redness around the area, if you see any pus around the area, if your baby is beginning to be lethargic and have a fever, or there is constant oozing of blood around the area, those are all warning signs that it might be an issue with the umbilical stump, and you should seek medical attention right away. Now, it is normal when the umbilical stump is beginning to detach for there to be some mild, minor bleeding here and there. But that's, again, just a small ooze, very limited, doesn't continue. You're able to just dab it and it stops, and that can be normal. But again, if there's any concern, you should consult your pediatrician or provider right away so they can make sure everything is all okay. Well, I hope that was useful. Now, before I leave, I'm going to leave you one fun fact about the umbilical cord area, or the umbilical stump, and that is it has no nerve endings for pain. So your baby doesn't feel any pain in the area. Now, that's usually surprising when a mom learns about that, because the cord area tends to look very raw, but it only has nerve endings for temperature and pressure. So your baby can tell if you've cleaned it with something cold or warm, or if you've touched the area, but does not feel pain at all. And the reason why I stress this all the time with especially my new moms is because it does affect how they interact with your baby those first few days after birth. I want you to be able to hold your baby close to you, especially when you're feeding, and not to worry that you might be hurting your baby because the umbilical cord is, being messed with or touched or rubbed up against you. That doesn't hurt your baby. Well, I hope this was useful. If it was, I want to encourage you to please share this video with friends and family that will find it useful, and go ahead and like my Facebook page. I often share, I'm going to be sharing regular tips and bits here and there about newborn care that I hope will be useful to you. So again, I hope this is useful, and it was nice to share this with you. Bye. Hi there, it's Dr. Obidi, and thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so you don't miss an episode. Now, as a father of 3 and a pediatrician, practicing for over 17 years and caring for thousands of newborns at this point, I know that caring for a newborn or expecting to care for one can be quite challenging. And so that's why I have put together my free resource guide called the Confident New Mom Guide. Links are in the description below. I really cover all the key things that moms typically find challenging as they prepare to care for a newborn. So go ahead and check it out. I know it'll be useful to you. And thank you again for watching this video. I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye now.